Hello, this is Peter Johansen and
Asa Fairy.
And this is going to be part 3 and the conclusion of Diarrhea Mall Movie Pitch featuring
Asa Fairy.
Fairy. So what have you got for us today, Asa?
Well, we last left the movie where the mall was cracking open and splitting open like the end of Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade, and both of our heroes were diving for the Scarface Rubik's Cube to control all the thugs of the mall and win the heart of Kate Winslet. But at the same time, the last hallway in the mall, which was the only area dry from diarrhea, is now collapsing under the weight of the diarrhea, and the mall is about to be flooded, just like The Shining, that scene with a hallway full of blood. You've got a hallway full of diarrhea.
Kind of one of those scenes where they're looking and they hear like the and then Kate Winslet turns to Leonardo DiCaprio and goes, "What is that?" And he goes, "I don't know, but we better get out of here!" And then a wall of diarrhea comes at them. And then, so they're running down the hallway, being chased by a wall of diarrhea, and what can we have obstruct them? What gets in their way?
Well, as the ground is opening up, Indian chiefs, the corpses of Indian chiefs are popping up in the diarrhea.
Native American Indians?
American Indians. The mall is built on an Indian
burial ground. I love it, Asa. That's fantastic. It's like Poltergeist 2.
It explains the power that the diarrhea monster has. It wasn't just all the knowledge from all the scientists who invented the sharper image to it, but it was the magic of the Indian burial ground. So now you have a mall filled with diarrhea, cracking open, and the corpses of Indian chiefs popping up, floating in the diarrhea. And now Kate Winslet is hanging on to an Indian chief, floating. But
at this point, I want to suggest something. At this point, I want to suggest that as she's holding on to one of these Indian chiefs, she hears a voice from the netherworlds that says something like, "If you build it, they will come."
From the Netherlands?
No, the netherworlds, nether regions. You know, the great beyond.
Right. The great John Candy and Dan Aykroyd.
What's that?
Like the great outdoors?
It could be the voice. It could be the voice of a dead John Candy. We could say that. Could find out that John Candy was actually an Indian chief, but I think that's a little far-fetched.
Dennis Farley's brother, Dennis Farley.
Oh yeah, we could have him play the Indian chief. But anyways, we want to hear this voice from the netherworlds that says something like, "If you build it, he will come." Not that, but that lets her know that maybe the diarrhea monster isn't quite as evil as we all thought. In fact, he might be closer to her heart than she ever believed. Like possibly he is little Timmy Jenkins, her first boyfriend from the first grade. And they'd been estranged, and then he became a security monster. And at this point, maybe she looks to the diarrhea monster and sees that glisten in his eyes, and she says, Timmy, is that you?" And then does he talk? I don't think the diarrhea monster can talk.
He does. No, he talks. He's an evil wizard also. But he realizes he loves her so much that he wants her to be happy, and he sets her free. And what he says is, he takes the Leonardo DiCaprio character and the Kate Winslet character, and he ties them to one of those hot dog in a stick, the hot dog in a stick malls. Well, there's a big hot dog in a stick statue. He ties them to it, and he says, "Don't look. Whatever you do, don't look. I'm going to explode the mall. I'm going to destroy this mall."
Like at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Exactly. So they're looking the other way, and Billy Zane is running towards them, and the whole mall is exploding, and there's dead Indian chiefs and diarrhea everywhere. Don't look.
Don't look. And then what happens?
Well, she looks, basically.
Oh, vaporized. And, oh, God, that's tragic. That's the tragedy that we're looking for in this whole thing.
That's the twist. There's no happy ending right here. What happens is, she looks, then he gets vaporized, and
And so then, can it be like a super rage moment where no one gets the girl and they all just unleash on each other? And the thugs are going at it, the diarrhea monster's beating up Leonardo DiCaprio, and Leonardo DiCaprio's beating up Billy Zane, and all the thugs are beating up each other, and the mall is crumbling around them, and then the mall just encloses all of it, and then it's just sucked back into the world, into the earth, like Poltergeist again. Like Poltergeist 1.
Everything disappears except for Leonardo DiCaprio and Billy Zane, and Billy Zane walks up and puts his arm around Leonardo DiCaprio, and they walk off, and of course that famous line, I think this is going to be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Perfect.
Casablanca.
I love it. You know what, Asa? I think that we love this movie. Green light. So, this has been Peter Johansen and
Asa Ferry for Project Brownlight.
Project Brownlight. Thanks for being on the blog, Asa. You did a good job.
I love you.
I love you too. Bye. Thank you.